Hello students, I Prabha Sharma welcome you to the next content of the issue of shares. Today I will tell you the concepts and the types of shares, types of preference shares and the types of share capital. First is the share is there. The total capital is divided into the small unit and every small unit is called as shares. So the person, those who contribute the money is called as shareholders. So it means the fraction value of shares is called shares and the person those who are holding the shares called as shareholders. The natures mean the features. Number one, the shares are the evidence of ownership means the proof of ownership. The second is it is an ownership right acquired by the company which may be transferable. It means the shares are transferable. And third is share is issued by the company at par or may not be at par. So what does it mean? The company can issue at the face value or maybe less or more than the face value. So these are the concept. The one part of the total share capital is called shares. The person those who are holding called shareholders. And second nature is evidence of ownership. And the second is the right of transferable. And third is can be issued at par or other than par. The types of shares, there are two types of shares. One is the equity shares and second is the preference shares. The equity shares holders are known as the ordinary and the common shares. The meaning concept is referring to the shares the holder generally the profit is to be retained and by the organizations and then assets after the dividends and the capitals will be given after the preference shareholders. It means they don't carry any fixed rate of dividends. So just to make preference shares, the preference shares holders are those who having the rights to get first priority to get the dividends as well as the capitals before the equity shares. So the definition as a definitions to make the comparison, number one, like the equity shares holders get the dividend after preference and the preference get before the equity. And the second is the same is the capital. The capitals will be given first to the preference and then to the equity. And then third is referring to the dividend payables on the preference shares can be forwarded but not the equity shares. And the last one is the equity shareholders don't carry any voting rights and don't carry any fixed rate of dividends but they carry voting rights and the preference shareholders get the fixed rate of dividends but not the voting right. On this basis just make the comparative study also. Now, I'm moving to the types of the preference shares. The types of the preference shares, one is the positive sign and second is the negative sign is moving now. The first is the cumulative and second is the non-cumulative. Cumulative preference shares means the dividend of the preference share holders can be forwarded to the next years and then can be collected to the coming years. But in the non-cumulative cannot be forwarded to the next years. Participating preference shares means after giving the dividends to the preference as well as to the equities, if any surplus remains, then the extra benefit given to, extra profit is given to preference holders called as participating. Non-participating means the right not given for the surplus profits. And the preference, redeemable preference means when the shares, preference shares are redeemed, repay back between the after during the life period of the company or in between the specific period. So irredeemable means that means redeem only at the time of winding up, at the time of closing of the company. Convertibles preference shares are having the right to convert into the other security, may be the equity shares or maybe the new preference or to the others debentures also. But the non-convertibles means the company don't have any rights to convert into the equity shares and to the other security also. So it means the one thing is if the total are 8, so you may convert into 4. One is the cumulative and non-cumulative, participating and non-participating, and third redeemable and irredeemable, and fourth is convertible and non-convertibles. The share capitals, the share capital, the company is as known the artificial person and generate its own capitals which is necessary to collect from the several persons. So these persons are known the shareholders, and the amount contributed by them is called as share capital. In the simple way, you may say the capital arise from the issue of share is called as share capitals. So the types of shares capitals: number one, authorized capital. Authorized capital is registered capital of the company. It is listed in the memorandum of association. This shows the total capital of the firm. And now next is issued share capital. Issued share capital means the part of the authorized capital which is offered to the public for the subscriptions. So next is the unissued means which is not issued to the public. So the total will lead to the authorized. Now in reference to the subscribed capital, the subscribed and unsubscribed capital is the part of the issued capital. So it is a part of the issued capital which is subscribed by the public, accepted by the public out of the issue by the company. So, issued capital, subscribed capitals can be shown into the two heads under the balance sheet. Number one, subscribed and fully paid up, and subscribed but not fully paid up. If the shares is 10 rupees and all received, it will come to the subscribed and fully paid up. And next one is if company face value of the share is 10 but only the company called 6 rupees, and it means it is not fully called up and paid up. Next is the others. Point number 4, called up and uncalled up. The called up capital is the part of uncalled, and the both are the part of the subscribed capitals. Now suppose I am referring to one example here, like the face value of share is 10 and the company is calling, called up capital means calling rupees 7. So 3 is not calling, 3 will be called as uncalled capitals. So the liability is only up to pay rupees 10 per share. So called up means the part of the face value which is called by the company. Uncalled means the part of the face value which is not called by the company. In this example, the 7 is called, 3 is not. Paid up capital. The paid up and unpaid up is the part of the called up capital. The part of the called up capital which is actually paid by the shareholders. Like in the point number 4, 7 called. If it is paid by the shareholders, the full amount, it is called the paid fully. No calling area is there. But out of the 7, if one holder is holding and didn't pay rupees 1 or 2, that means this is called as unpaid up capital. So the both are the part of the called up capital, which is called, and out of which paid by the shareholders is called as the paid up capital, and which is not called as unpaid up capital. And the reserve capital, reserve capital is the part of the uncalled capital. This is called as reserve capital because if it is called at the time of winding up, only then it is called as the reserve capital. If it is called at the time of during the life period, it will automatically be converted into the called up capitals. So thank you.